Nawnghkio Township, located 2,759 feet above sea level, is in Kyeokli District of Shan State and surrounded by Thabikyan and Mogok Townships to the north, while Kyeok to the east, Yaksok to the south, and Panolan to the west. It also possesses good transport connections to Mandalay, Panolan, Kyeok, Shipa, and Lashio with the Mandala-Lashio Road and railways, while Tungyi with number 43 Padong-su Road. Moreover, the major route for China-Myanmar border economic affairs, Mandala-Muz Road passes Nawnghkio from west to east, and all the townships across the nation through Panolian and Mandalay and other townships in Shan State through Kyeoktam Township. Shan, Danu, and Myanmar, people live there peacefully. Agriculture is the main business in Nawnghkio, and the locals operate livestock breeding, minerals, manufacturing, services, tourism, transport, and trading. Nawnghkio also boasts waterfalls, caves, landscapes, different ethnic groups, and historic places. The tourism industry develops its proper transport and high arrivals of travelers, and the socio-economic status of residents also develops. TNLA and PDF terrorists launched attacks against the units and headquarters in Nawnghkio. With excess forces starting from the 25th of June 2025, they torched the houses of locals, forcibly took the public properties, aiming to affect the governance mechanism. Therefore, locals, including students, children, and elderly people, moved to their relatives' houses and temporary refugee camps from their native towns. Due to their sudden ambush, Tatmadaw officers, other ranks, and convoys defended to lose their outposts and headquarters, sacrificing their lives. However, the dead and injured became high, and also due to the high numbers of terrorists. Tatmadaw members retreated to intermediate positions and cooperated with the bases of Tongkham and Panulam. Then, they established a temporary defense at the site of Tongkham and Panulam in Nawnghkio, and attacked the terrorist groups. TNLA, MDY-PDF, and Danu-PDF terrorists who temporarily controlled Nawnghkio and accelerated their attacks, entering the villages, schools, and monasteries near the vicinity areas of Tongkham Station starting from the 10th of August 2024. And they used the villagers as human shields to attack Tatmadaw convoys and bases. However, Tatmadaw was ready with defense lines and strategic fronts, and they could not easily break through the defense. They used drones and heavy weapons and initiated ambushes. They temporarily blocked the Nonglan-made Poksagan Road, the Narshazagan Junction, and entered the Yarpian Photongshe Road and blocked Tongkham Village. They attacked Tatmadaw stations via the Nonglan-made Poksagan Road. At the same time, they expanded their attack in Kyeokan, Amaka Gayamakto, Bangway along the Panulwan-Nawnghkio Road and Hako Thonbo, and Kyeok Malay along the Panulwan and Mogok Road. Tatmadaw deployed commandos, additional troops, and administrative orders in Tongkham, and explored the ground situation with the air and heavy weapon support. Starting from the 25th of August 2024, Tatmadaw launched the counterterrorism operation in certain areas controlled by the terrorists. On the 28th of February 2025, Tatmadaw recontrolled the routes that connect Makia to Tongkham and also Kyeok Malay to Thunbo, Keo Village, and the Gongo Mathi route. Tatmadaw has been able to significantly break the morale of the TNLA and PDF terrorist groups and has gained the full support and encouragement of the local population. As a result, military officers and soldiers participating in combat operations have been demonstrating high morale, strong determination, and a heightened spirit to fight. By combining strategic ground and air military tactics, Tatmadaw has systematically attacked and occupied locations where the terrorist insurgents had temporarily established camps. These operations have led to the successful reoccupation of Nawnghkio. On the 8th of July 2025, Tatmadaw had full control over the vicinity of Namsonghu along the Tongkham-Kankyu route, while Gokteek along the Tongkham-Suan-Gokteek-Nawnghkio route on the 12th of July, from Amathiomakar village along the Panula-Wanankyu-Pidong-Su road on the 15th of July. Tatmadaw convoys dug trenches step by step to reoccupy Nawnghkio and its vicinity areas, sacrificing their lives. and there were 20 clashes and 566 armed engagements within 11 operational months. The famous clashes were Angonman Zedi, Point 1130, Zietawan, Fiagon, Magie Monastery, Kambasa Monastery, Narsho Village, Shuisanfa Monastery, Saltong Pa Pagoda, Mamo Village, Tongshe Village, Kyokan Village, Namsonghu, Mayachanu, Shwetun, Konasan, Gokteek, and Point 1118. Tatmadaw seized 171 dead bodies of terrorists, 116 magazines, and other materials. Terrorists were not able to defend against the counterattacks of Tatmadaw, and they retreated. On the 16th of July, Tatmadaw occupied the whole Nawnghkio area and fulfilled the desire of local ethnic people who wanted to return to their houses peacefully and operate their business safely without any threats from terrorists. Although some of the civilians and the locals who fled from their towns did not support Tatmadaw due to different political stances before the clashes, they came to understand that they would lose their human rights and other chances in the economy, social, health, and education sectors if they were under the control of TNLA and PDF terrorists. They also supported Tatmadaw eagerly and reported to Tatmadaw regarding the ground information and cooperated with Tatmadaw. When TNLA and PDF terrorists temporarily controlled Nawnghkio, they constructed bunkers at the religious buildings, schools, departmental buildings, hospitals, and houses, and they attacked Tatmadaw convoys using locals as human shields. Moreover, they burgled the houses and shops of locals and took valuable materials, food, and other commodities. They also destroyed the roads, the Goatwin Bridge, by planting mines. Tatmadaw convoys are working to ensure that residents who had temporarily fled from Nawnghkio can safely return and live in their homes. Efforts are being made to quickly restore the government administrative mechanisms and to clear landmines planted by the terrorist insurgents. In line with the Geneva Conventions, Tatmadaw, in cooperation with local people, will begin repairing and rebuilding schools, hospitals and clinics, government offices, religious buildings, and houses that were destroyed by the insurgents. Security operations in the area are also being strengthened. All members of the Mayawati TV respect and honor Tatmadaw officials and other ranks who participated in the counterattacks for the safety of the socio-economic status of people and Nawnghkio, and also families of Tatmadaw and supporters of Tatmadaw who fully provided the necessary assistance, including mental support to Tatmadaw officials and other ranks.